Life is not a gentle stroll through a sunlit meadow. No, it's a battlefield, a place where the ground beneath your feet is uneven, where the air is thick with challenges, and where enemies, both seen and unseen, wait to test your resolve. But here's the truth. Those enemies, they're not here to destroy you. They're here to reveal you, to show you the depths of your strength, the fire in your soul, and the unshakable power you never knew you had. God, the universe, fate, whatever you call it, didn't give you enemies to break you. They were placed in your path to make you, to forge you into the person you were always meant to be. So I ask you, are you ready to rise? Are you ready to face them? Not with fear, but with the unyielding courage of a warrior who knows their worth? Let's start by redefining what an enemy truly is. An enemy isn't just a person who opposes you. It's not just the coworker who undermines you, the friend who betrays you, or the stranger who doubts you. An enemy is any force that stands between you and your destiny. It could be fear, doubt, laziness, or even your own mind. But here's the secret. Enemies are illusions. They only have as much power as you give them. The moment you stop seeing them as obstacles and start seeing them as opportunities, the game changes. You stop being the victim and start being the victor. Think about it. Every great story in history is about a hero who faced insurmountable odds and emerged stronger. David had Goliath. Moses had Pharaoh. You have your own giants to slay. And just like them, you have everything you need to win. Why does life test us? Why do we face challenges that seem designed to break us? The answer is simple. Because strength isn't born in comfort, it's forged in fire. Imagine a sword. Before it becomes a weapon of unmatched power, it's just a piece of metal. But then it's thrust into the flames, hammered relentlessly, and plunged into cold water. It's a brutal process, but it's necessary. Without it, the sword would remain weak, brittle, and useless. You are that sword. Your enemies are the flames, the hammer, and the water. They're not here to destroy you. They're here to transform you. Every challenge, every setback, every betrayal is an opportunity to become stronger, sharper, and more resilient. So, the next time you face an enemy, don't ask, "Why me?" Ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" Because every test is a lesson, and every lesson is a step closer to your destiny. Here's the thing about enemies. They're mirrors. They reflect back to us the parts of ourselves we need to confront. The coworker who undermines you, they're showing you where you need to assert yourself. The friend who betrays you, they're revealing the importance of boundaries, the fear that paralyzes you. It's highlighting the areas where you need to grow. When you shift your perspective, you realize that your enemies are not your foes. They're your teachers. They're here to show you your weaknesses so you can turn them into strengths. They're here to push you out of your comfort zone so you can discover what you're truly capable of. So, don't curse your enemies. Thank them. Because without them, you would never have the chance to become the best version of yourself. The difference between those who rise and those who fall isn't talent, luck, or circumstance. It's mindset. The unstoppable mindset. What is the unstoppable mindset? It's the belief that no matter what happens, you will find a way. It's the refusal to let failure define you. It's the understanding that every setback is a setup for a comeback. When you adopt this mindset, you become unshakable. You stop fearing your enemies and start using them as fuel. You stop seeing challenges as roadblocks and start seeing them as stepping stones. Remember, the mind is the battlefield. Win there and you win everywhere. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. And how do you build it? By facing your enemies head on, by getting knocked down and choosing to get back up again and again and again. Resilience is the quiet voice in your head that says, one more time, when the rest of the world is screaming, give up. It's the determination to keep going, even when every fiber of your being wants to quit. And here's the beautiful thing about resilience. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. Every time you face an enemy and come out on the other side, you add another layer to your armor. And before you know it, you're unstoppable. Life is a hero's journey. And every hero's journey is filled with trials, tribulations, and enemies. But here's the truth. The enemies are not the point. The point is the transformation. The point is the person you become along the way. When you look back on your life, you won't remember the enemies. You'll remember the strength you found to face them. You'll remember the lessons you learned, the battles you won, and the person you became. So, embrace the journey. Embrace the enemies. Because they're not here to break you. They're here to make you. Let me tell you a story. There was once a young eagle raised in a barnyard. It grew up surrounded by chickens, pecking at the ground, never knowing it could fly. One day, a storm swept through the barnyard, scattering the chickens and forcing the eagle to take shelter on a high rock. As the wind howled and the rain poured, the eagle spread its wings for the first time, not to fly, but to steady itself. And then something incredible happened. The wind caught its wings, lifting it into the air. For the first time, the eagle soared high above the barnyard, high above the storm. It realized it was never a chicken. It was always an eagle. Your enemies are like that storm. They may seem like they're here to destroy you, but they're really here to lift you, to show you that you're not meant to stay on the ground, pecking at life's crumbs. You're meant to soar. Let me share another story. There was once a farmer whose horse ran away. His neighbors came to console him, saying, "What bad luck?" But the farmer simply replied, "We'll see." The next day, the horse returned, bringing with it a herd of wild horses. The neighbors cheered, saying, "What good luck?" But the farmer again replied, "We'll see." Later, the farmer's son tried to tame one of the wild horses and broke his leg. The neighbors cried, "What bad luck?" But the farmer said, "We'll see." Soon after, war broke out and soldiers came to recruit young men for the army. But because the son's leg was broken, he was spared. The neighbors exclaimed, "What good luck?" And the farmer, he simply said, "We'll see." The moral of the story: life is full of twists and turns, and what seems like an enemy today may turn out to be a blessing tomorrow. The key is to keep an open mind and trust the process. Consider the story of Thomas Edison. He failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. When asked how he kept going, he said, "I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps." Edison's mindset is what separates the great from the ordinary. He didn't see failure as the end. He saw it as feedback. He understood that every setback was a setup for a comeback. When you adopt this mindset, you become unshakable. You stop fearing your enemies and start using them as fuel. You stop seeing challenges as roadblocks and start seeing them as stepping stones. Remember, the mind is the battlefield. Win there, and you win everywhere. Let me tell you about J.K. Rowling. Before she became one of the most successful authors in history, she was a single mother living on welfare, struggling to make ends meet. Her manuscript for Harry Potter was rejected by 12 publishers before one finally took a chance on it. Rowling's story is a testament to resilience. She didn't let rejection define her. She didn't let poverty break her. She kept going, kept believing, and eventually her perseverance paid off. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. And how do you build it? By facing your enemies head on, by getting knocked down and choosing to get back up again and again and again. Think about the story of the Lion King. Simba starts as a young, carefree cub, but when his father is killed, he's forced to flee his home. He spends years in exile, haunted by guilt and fear, but eventually he returns to face his enemies and reclaim his throne. Simba's journey is a metaphor for life. We all face moments of exile, moments when we feel lost and alone. But it's in those moments that we discover who we truly are. It's in those moments that we find the strength to rise. So, embrace the journey, embrace the enemies, because they're not here to break you, they're here to make you. Consider the story of Job in the Bible. Job was a man who lost everything, his wealth, his health, his family. Yet, through it all, he never lost his faith. He trusted that there was a greater purpose to his suffering, and in the end, his faith was rewarded. Faith is the anchor that keeps us steady in the storm. It's the belief that no matter how dark the night, the dawn will come. It's the trust that every challenge has a purpose, and every enemy has a lesson. When you have faith, you stop worrying about the outcome and start focusing on the process. You understand that life is not about avoiding struggles, it's about navigating them with grace and courage. Think about the story of the Avengers. Individually, they were strong, but together they were unstoppable. They faced enemies far greater than themselves, but because they had each other, they prevailed. No one succeeds alone. Even the greatest heroes had allies, mentors, and supporters. And while enemies may try to isolate you, the truth is that you're never truly alone. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, who challenge you, and who inspire you. Build a community of warriors who will stand by your side no matter what. God gave you enemies to test your strength. But more than that, He gave you the power to overcome them, the power to rise, to fight, and to win. So, I ask you again, are you ready? Are you ready to face your enemies with courage, with resilience, and with the unshakable belief that you are destined for greatness? Because the truth is, you were born for this. You were born to face challenges, to overcome obstacles, and to emerge stronger on the other side. You were born to be a warrior, a hero, a legend. The enemies are here. The test is now. The choice is yours. Will you rise?